Hello and welcome back to my channel, Safety Off Gaming, where today I'll be talking to you about the MP5, and that's the Modern Warfare MP5, and how to build the best possible class setup. If you like the video, don't forget to smash that like button, and if you'd like to find your way back to my channel, don't forget to subscribe and to ring that bell for post notifications. Now let's get into the video. So at the moment we're in a bit of an FFAR AUG meta, and going forward it looks like there could be a potential nerf on the way for those two weapons. And now with that potential nerf upcoming, I've been trying to find what will potentially be the next meta going forward, and I think it could fall back to being an AR and SMG meta, and with that falling back again to the MP5 being the main meta. Now a lot of people will be thinking, well, wouldn't it be the Mac 10? But actually if you put a head-to-head between the Mac 10 and the MP5 comes out a lot stronger in my opinion, especially in that first 12 meters. Now after the first 12 meters, yes, the Mac 10 can take over in terms of its range, is a lot better, the MP5. So if you're going to be running an SMG and a sniper, then I would suggest that you do continue with the Mac 10 because of its further damage range. You want to hit those longer shots. But if you're looking to rush, the MP5 is the way to go still. It never got a nerf. It was only because the meta switched to an FFAR AUG meta. The MP5 never got a nerf, like I said. The Mac 10, it got nerfed, and the main reason why it was overpowered in the first place was due to the fact that its blueprint, the gallantry, was broken, and you would get additional damage based off that blueprint, which was just completely wrong. So actually, what I'm going to do first of all is take you through some head-to-head stat comparisons. I've built up, in my opinion, the best build for the MP5 against the best build for the Mac 10, but I'm concentrating in these builds on hipfire, and the reason for that is because the MP5's hipfire is absolutely fantastic, especially when built right, and it will decrease that time to kill, so it make it even quicker to kill in that first 12 meters, completely eliminating ADS and make it even more of a demon up close. So I wanted to compare the two head to head, give you those values, and then I'll go into the class setup. So let's have a look at those head to head values now. So I want to take you through the base Mac 10 and the base MP5 without any of the attachments first of all. So fire rate is better with the Mac 10, which we all know. The ADS speed is showing better with the Mac 10 at this stage with no attachments, but because the Mac 10 for Warzone doesn't have any attachments that improve ADS, that ADS actually gets worse as you stack it, and it gets to about 250 milliseconds, which is still very good. But the MP5, you can pretty much keep it at the 200 milliseconds with the right build, and you can increase and help out the hip fire as well, so that you hardly even need to aim down sight. Sprint to fire time is better on the MP5. The tactical sprint to fire time is better. The movement speed is a little bit better on the Mac 10. It's a smaller gun, expect it to be. Hip fire is showing exactly the same, but again, when stacked right with the MP5, there's a lot more hip fire attachments for the MP5 that brings it down to about 2 pixels. Now the best you can get with a Mac 10 is about 3.75 pixels. So MP5 wins out there. The reload time is better on the Mac 10, so that will help with that quick speed you get through the mag, which the best mag you can get is a 53 round, a bit random, but 53 it is. With MP5 it's 45, but it has that slower fire rate, so they even out there. So we'll take you to the TTK charts, and this is where it gets interesting. With just purely chest shots, the MP5 wins out in the first 10 meters. After that, the Mac 10 takes over. But as I was saying earlier in the video, where I believe the meta will switch after the FFAR and AUG gets nerfed, we'll be looking at another rush build of an assault rifle and an SMG. You're wanting to only use that SMG probably in the first 15 meters or so anyway. So the MP5 will win out in that first 10 meters, but when stacked right can push up to around 13 meter mark. Whereas the Mac 10 pushes out a little bit further, but not much further. But if you're mixing in headshots here, we change this here, look at how much more quicker the MP5 can kill at nearly all ranges when hitting headshots. So you've got to take that into consideration when you're hitting both headshots and chest shots. You're going to be killing quicker, especially in that first 13 meters when stacked right, quicker than the MP5, quicker than the Mac 10. And like I said earlier in the video, the MP5 never got nerfed. It's the Mac 10 that got nerfed. And I believe on a head-to-head, if you're using it as a rush, then this is the way to go. So let's take you through the class setup that's best for this MP5. So first off, the first attachment we're going to put on is the monolithic integral suppressor, because it's going to keep you suppressed in terms of the minimap sound suppression. It's going to increase your bullet velocity and a little bit increase your damage range as well. So that is the way to go. It also frees up then not having to use 2 slots to have the monolithic suppressor and the barrel. It frees up space for another slot, which is important here. The underbarrel, the way to go here is the MERF foregrip, because the MERF foregrip helps with that hip fire, and it also helps reduce the vertical recoil by 17%. So I picked the Desert Balloon version because it's just a little bit better. So next up is the laser. We're going to put a 5mW laser. Again, it's going to help that hip fire accuracy, and is also going to help for the sprint to fire speed as well. Be careful though, because obviously it does show up to all the enemies. Nice big green laser, but they're not going to know us hit them by the time we rush them. So 5mW laser, way to go here. Ammunition, we're always going to pick the highest mag, especially in a battle royale where you're going to go burn for a lot of ammo. So yeah, simple there, 45 round mag. And now the next one, which I think is an important one for both sprint to fire and also aim down sight speed, if you do aim down sight, and also for helping for hip fire as well. It massively helps hip fire, but it doesn't actually display in here, but it does help hip fire. So that's the collapsible stock there. So the collapsible stock will help with your hip fire significantly. It will help your sprint to fire, help speed up as well. It will also help with your ADS speed. The only thing it's going to have an impact on is it does have a bit of a significant impact to your vertical recoil, but to be honest, it's quite a low recoil gun, so you're not going to notice it too much, and especially when you're in the first 12 meters. And with this build, you're pretty much going to be hip firing most of the time in that first 12 meters. Outside that, your ADS. But yeah, this is the best class setup in my opinion for the MP5. And that's all I wanted to go through today. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said at the beginning, if you enjoyed what you've seen today, put a like on the video, and don't forget to subscribe, notifications on, so you don't miss another one of my videos. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you. Goodbye.